ladies and gentlemen. Here we are to continue our live coverage of the Egyptian Senate elections 2025, which is taking place even as we speak in different countries all over the world, as Egyptian expats in 117 countries flood to the Egyptian embassies and consulates to cast their ballot and to continue with having a share in reshaping our parliamentary arena and to form the coming Senate. To shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted and honored to have with us live here in the studio our former parliamentarian, Dr. Huda Rezkana. Dr. Huda, thank you very much for being with us, ma'am.
You are most welcome. I'm happy to share with you this very special event.
Special. Let's take it from here. Why do you see it special? Is it because the significance of having it in this very critical period amid all the Middle East situation? Is it sending messages to the whole world about Egypt? What, in your opinion?
I think in a lot of angles very special, because the situation we are talking about right now, this upside down situation in Gaza and all that turbulence there, and the unfeasible positions they're taking in the occupying forces, and the way they treat the children, all these people, and also the terrible situation they are forcing the people to tolerate, how they sustain hunger, how they be thirsty. The other issue that you have to find representatives who can speak on the behalf of these people and who can tell the story honestly.
On behalf of the Egyptian stance,
yes.
And despite the fact that the Senate is not legislating laws, or they are only non-binding resolutions or let's say points of view, but it has such a significant role in our parliamentary life in general. And this is exactly what I wanted you, if you please, to elaborate on. What are the most important missions of the Senate?
The Senate is have a good forces to illustrate and study carefully the depth of each event all over the world. Either it's a political, either or is it economical, and it's by force, people who are taking lands from the people, the original landlord, and all these people, as the situation in Gaza, and also the way they should lay the laws. They have to study the laws offered to them and suggest also solutions through their knowledge, because they're supposed to be in a very good status in the knowledge area and the experience area, and also in understanding what's going on all over the world. So these are elements works for the Senate, because it's very, very critical, and also very illuminating to visualize the truth and how to deal with it and how to have solutions there.
From a panoramic view.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it proposes to the People's Assembly after forming a sort of laws, and also revising the laws by the government, and find out how they can serve the situation, how they can solve the problem. These are very complicated area, and also very deep. You have to be knowledgeable, reading a lot, and also having a good contact with other society. I mean internationally. So this is very critical area, but I can see that Senate session all over the world, they do their job, and even in Egypt also, it has a great task to perform. And it's not something easy to manipulate, but you have to be very deep in your vision and your analysis, and also offering deep solutions, not a superficial ones. We'll find solutions for the people who are thirsty and
tackling the roots of the problems,
or crises. You have to go to the deep who is the reason, who is there, what's the reasons, what are they trying to say, why they are performing in such a way. So we have also to find solutions which serve our country, which serve our
interest,
nation and interest.
Yeah.
So that's why Senate should be well knowledgeable, well adaptable. We have a good international exposure. They have to travel and see what about other people, other Senate in many countries, and why are the bylaws is mandatory and obeyed, not taken lightly. Because when the Senate in any country make a decision, it's there. I mean, maybe
taken
they
into consideration, of course.
Yeah.
But before going into more details regarding the coming Senate, Dr. Huda, let me know your vision regarding how to benefit from our very rich parliamentary history. I mean, we started our parliamentary history, I think it was in 1866, something like this, meaning in the middle of the 19th century. How do you see this as a pillar or a milestone in our parliamentary life, going back in history and knowing well that we do have accumulated experience?
Yes, of course. We have a very rich parliament on both chambers, Senate chamber and the People's Assembly, because they are practicing this since a long time. And they also very patriotic. They are very patriotic. They need to serve their country, so they can fight for each case, for each cause, and for each situation. I mean, it's in a different pillars. It's not one pillar. And the other issue that they have to find solutions, which is gonna make a proper solution and also a proper understanding and long-term advancement in this situation. We have to see the society around us. Maybe Senate in England, our people there will serve the case in a different way than the others in France or the others in the States. But by the end of the day, they have to serve their country laws and the problems we are facing right now. As long as they are very sincere, they will perform in the proper expected way we expect them to do. That's why I think they should perform in utmost vision and utmost also visionary, holistic for the international view. Because if we find out that all the European Union or most of the European Union they are gathering to announce the Palestine
to recognize the Palestinian and independent Palestinian state.
Palestinian, they should be collect and get together and see how they will perform in each country. So it's a very good area to work it and also to serve for it. This is a national task and a sincere one. And to get rid of this problem once and forever.
Forever. Well, Dr. Huda, we used to see the candidates for the Senate Council or Majlis al-Shuyukh with the veteran elderly, politicians, men of economy, men of literature, thinkers. But you know, it's really phenomenal to see young men and women as candidates for the coming Senate. How do you see this difference in age categories? How the youth can benefit from the well-experienced parliamentarians, and how they can introduce or inject new blood into our parliamentary life in general?
Well, by practice. They will meet each other, they will discuss in every session what's there in front of them, and they may make a use of their knowledge. maybe the young generation has a different way to tackle, and the adult people are having their own entity and or vision to solve this problem, because according to their experience and past experience, they can offer many ways to solve long-term problem in the politics or in the economy or in the social standard. So that's why we need to elaborate the way they should not only isolating each other, no, they have to mix and add an experience from each other and make value for the whole country, not for one side of the...
Of a segment of the society.
Yes.
Well, Dr. Huda, if you permit me, we do have one of our expats living in Canada. We are going to have him live from Canada to tell us more about the situation there. Yeah. Well, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Mr. Adel Boulis from Canada. Hello, Mr. Adel.
Hi, how are you? So, thank you for having me.
Is it good morning or good evening? I don't know.
Well, actually, I'm in Cairo, but the whole community back in Canada now. It's about we're 7 hours difference behind us.
Sir, let me know what the Egyptian community in Canada is saying about the Egyptians flooding to the Egyptian embassies and consulates all over the country to cast their ballot and the preparations ahead of the event.
Well, we in Canada we have an embassy in Ottawa and a consulate in Montreal, the two major cities. And since the day before, preparations have started. There were specifically in Montreal a couple of incidents this week where some people, troublemakers, entered the consulate and stirred some problems. So that's why the security is very tight around
and we know how to deal with that, and this is something which can happen with any diplomatic mission all over the world. If you please, I want to focus on the elections and to the Egyptian community in different parts of the world and now in Canada. To what extent they were keen to have a chat or to discuss the matter together to know who to pick, because they knew that their votes really count. Well,
the Canadian, the Egyptian Canadian community understand very well that they precede Egypt in voting, and that's why their participation is super important, that they are the front for Egypt outside. So they, when the chance comes to vote, they go and they cast their ballots. Sometimes they're not sure of who to vote for, but they ask questions, and from their address in Egypt, they will know who is running. And but the most important thing for them is that they are patriotic, and they want to display that and display the support for Egypt during this time by showing up and casting their votes.
And with spreading, I think, awareness also among the younger generations, and that it's a duty and a right in the same time, if you agree with me on that.
Excuse me, can you repeat the question?
I was saying that, and also via spreading awareness among the younger generations that participating in the elections, casting their ballots, it's a duty and a right in the same time.
Yes, and more our youth and young people are participating in different things that we are doing. So for sure, they are coming through. When they were young, the children with their families, their parents taught them that when it's time to go to the consulate and the embassy to cast their votes, they brought them, although they couldn't vote, but now whoever is allowed to vote, reach the age they do it by themselves. And they love Egypt. Our youth, they really love their homeland. I mean, they live in Canada, but they really love their homeland, and that's why they are ready to support.
Mr. Adel Boulos, thank you very much for your input, and have a very good evening. Yeah, Pope Shenouda said it long ago. Egypt is not a country where we live in. It's a country which is living inside us. Simply.
True.
Yeah, Egypt, maybe they left Egypt, but Egypt never left them.
No, they adore it. Every time they hear, because I have this experience with my brother and his children. There is Canadian since 40 years. He did on a yearly basis, as he was going to Belgium, he go for Hajj, and then he come to Cairo and stay for 2 months and then go back, because his children wants that. They are very tied to Egypt, which makes me very happy.
And of course, this is to say chapeau, a tip of a hat to your brother who, as his children were brought up knowing well that they are Egyptians.
Yes.
And this is something which is never going to change. Returning to the elections, Dr. Huda, and women and youth empowerment, or their share. Do you believe in quota, by the way?
Well, as a matter of fact, maybe it's a solution sometimes, but it's not every year. I mean, it's not in every election. I mean, by time it will be, vanished, because everybody will go spontaneously. But the quota works if we are lacking the volume which we are needing for...
This is it, Dr. Huda. Do you see that we are still lacking this culture of having women and children as parliamentarians, taking into consideration, for some people at least, that they will not be able to address the aspirations or the demands of the people, or this is something which is really changing by time?
While practicing in politics is very important since childhood, because in studying the geography and the history of each country, they understand many issues and many cases in their life. But to practice how to participate and have a voice and it sounds something very big for them. That's why they sometimes eager to wait till this moment comes. And they're very courageous and very, very happy to participate. The issue is that the maturity of their way they look at the case or cases they are reading sometimes need some time to be enforced. That's why I suggested that we have 1 hour every week to discuss the political situation in our college and also in high school classes, and see what about
this is political awareness. But I'm going to give you an example, Dr. Huda. Of course, here we do not mention neither names nor parties. It's the election silence. But when a young lady is now a candidate, and many people told her, oh, why, you know that you're not going to make it. She said that maybe I'm not going to make it this time, but this is experience which I should acquire, and not to make it this time is the very first step to make it next time. How do you see this?
Well, she has a good challenge, because I think she should be encouraged and also supported, because any smart party will take this candidate and join her with their teams. Maybe they gonna discuss many items with her, and that's why we can build up a wave of free opinion. You are not taking one who's gonna be like everybody what goes like on the line, but you can create waves of ideas, create waves of solutions, open discussion. Maybe you find out somebody who can bring the utmost solution for a lot of problem which is stagnant and not moving around. I can see that education, one of the areas that we should work hardly.
On.
Yes, primary education, secondary, and specialized area, which is technical and, you know, scientific.
Already health and education services
okay.
are on our two top priorities for the
Yes.
state. Returning back to the elections and to the performance of the parties, Dr. Huda. How do you see the performance of the parties, particularly the emerging ones, on the ground with the people? Do they need to exert more efforts, or this is the way it should be? What's your vision regarding this?
Well, as a matter of fact, they should be more courageous to touch the ground with these areas. They have to go to the people every day, not on the election time only. They have to show they are there, and they have to discuss their problems actual, and also find solutions with them. Maybe they ask them, what do you say? We find solution in a way that some streets are not properly arranged, but now this is not the issue. It's much better right now. But there is an area lacking services, areas with the school which is crowded more. So we have to find another classes or another way to arrange the classes. Morning and
Via
afternoon.
what, Dr. Huda? I'm sorry for the interruption, but I want to have concrete steps on the ground. You know, parties now use the social media, for example, or even the technical devices, and others would use the NGOs who are in direct contact with the people, particularly in rural areas. Is this enough, or would the...
No, this is not enough.
Then what?
The party should take practical steps to be in touch with people and to see the people and talk to them one by one, because you have to listen what they are doing, what they want, what's the problem actually. Are there need or not? We don't allow any foreigners who play with the people's minds. So we have to cover the needs of these people and encourage them to talk. This is the way we have to release the energy, the negative energy sometimes, in these people, and find a solution to be a positive national patriotic person, and can serve his country with faith and with very courageous positions, because we in need to that right now. We don't need any delay, we don't need any retardation from any groups. We need them together, all together, and have constitute one hand, one strong hand, which this hand is to support their country. It's not a way
slogans.
No, but I'm talking sincerely, because this is the way you create a wave of positive impulse. These impulses will propagate. It will never stand by you. It will propagate and propagate, which is a good positive sign, and it's a very also practically speaking a step to the future. We are not going to look behind all the time,
no,
but we have to make an experience.
Right path. It's Egypt 2030. It's the new republic.
Yes,
yeah.
But we have to to take the experience of the past and put it in front of us and see what was the drawbacks, what was the positive steps we need to take to cover all these.
This will take me, Dr. Huda, to ask you about the party's pluralism and how this can be for the best interest of the Egyptian people.
Well, as a matter of fact, it's very touching, because you are talking about something. We have to think about it and do it. Start to form, not to just talk about it and leave the subject. No, start to form a way, 1, 2, 3, and practice how the people respond, and make a gathering and see what about what's your opinion about this. Sometimes it works in a smaller community, but I need to have it in a big one. Maybe it took some time, but this time is very important. This time in Egypt, is critical and very...
And this also is going to lead me to ask you about the most important challenges which are going to face the coming Senate.
Well, as a matter of fact, the political situation and around us, turbulence, they have to be very strong in elaborating their opinion and also their vision, and they have to guard against any foreign interference here in Egypt. We have to get rid of the, foreign hands playing around. We have to take care of that very, very, very much, and also care about Egypt economy and repetition. Repetition is very important all over the world, and we have a good repetition all over the world. But we have to protect our, environmental arena, and also the people who are away from Egypt. We have to support them. We don't leave our, youth and young generations, in a very young age. They send them to school, to universities. This is a premature age to send your boy or girl, because they have to be more mature and more formed emotionally and patriotically. So that's the advice I can give it to everybody. A lot of American people, Egyptian American, I know them, when they have this age, finish the high school, before they finish high school, they bring their children back to Cairo and they join them with the university here, and then at the time of employment they will send them back, because they feel the differences in the culture, the differences in the ideas, a lot of differences. This is a sort of protection, but I can see that this is it's not an over protection. No, it's very, very to guard.
It's valid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my right to
Yes,
see the way I like to protect
said,
my kids.
loving family is very important, the Americans say, because they know that Egyptians do the same. So that's why I tell them, you took this word from
And maybe
Egypt.
because of this, it was really clear that, I'm all the time asking this question to our expats, how do you see the awareness among the new generations about the importance of participating in such an event like the one we are in, the Senate elections 2025, and how this can have its impact on the ground?
Well, I have to encourage this young generation, and they be very happy if they feel they are constitute a number in this big society. Everybody talks about it. Wait till the museum reopening session and reopening festival for the Egyptian...
the Grand Egyptian Museum,
yes.
the gym.
Wait till it's gonna be for the international and the...
By the end of the year, inshallah.
This is gonna make a lot of differences, because they feel proud. They feel so happy they belong to this great civilization, and they should participate and should show their best to all the people around and to the whole world. And they should be a good representative for their country. And you can see that a lot of winners in the international student, there are a lot of areas in the science and technology in the high school level, and they took the candidate from Egypt and they put him for advancement in the States, and they give him the degree. So why? Because they noticed that he has an IQ which deserves a lot of attention, and he will produce a lot of, scientific impulses, scientific approach. Four maybe candidates the last 2 months, one in the, atomic, and she is talking about the wheat. They take the wheat crust, and they mechanize it, recycled, and they produce an active material which can make like not nuclear, but similar to the effect of these changes very fast.
I
and
don't know
very
if this is a
economic.
coincidence or what. Today we do celebrate the 9th memory of the great legend, Nobel laureate Ahmed Zouail.
طبعا.
I
of
mean,
course.
it was today. I mean, you're
Yes,
saying.
he is coming from his countryside, but he make it. He did that, and he was something shining all over the world. And I would say that he's was a victim for this disease by the end of his days. But we will never forget this
Amen
big
to
sign.
that. Sure.
And also we have young generations who are working on the same panels. Yani, we wait and see.
And by the way, since we mentioned Dr. Ahmed Zouail, Mr. Ahmed Al-Muslimani, the president of the National Media Authority, decided that the radio studio 45 is going to carry the name of Ahmed Zouail in commemoration of his memory, as Ahmed Zouail was introduced to the people in one of the most important radio programs by the veteran late legend of radio Amal Fahmy long ago. And this was one of the nice gestures we introduced to Ahmed Zouail. So thank you, Mr. Ahmed Al-Muslimani, and we hope that we're going to continue remembering these icons forever. Dr. Huda, returning back to our elections and to what's going on outside, because really the diplomatic missions outside are doing such great efforts to facilitate the whole procedure for all Egyptians and to make it an easy job. How do you see this intensive contacts all the time between our missions abroad and the operation room working here around the clock in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs headquarters to shoulder this responsibility? I think that this is sending a message.
Yes, it sends a big message that everybody is interested, everybody is aware, everybody keen for his country, everybody wants the proper road and the proper channels to work, to serve his country. That's why I say it's going to be more positive impulses. People will share and participate more, and I'm not worrying about this any kind of turbulence around us. We don't have to pay attention, but we have to take care of everybody step in Egypt or around Egypt, because they are very, very mean at this point.
Egypt is the mother of all lands, and all the time we are going to find greedy people
Yes,
who want to
I
hurt
know,
us, but this is not going to
they
change our unity. This is exactly what I wanted to focus on, if you permit me, because when it comes to the lines of Egyptians in front of consulates and embassies all over the world, keen to go and to share, how do you see this as a message of unity? A message saying that they are going to continue doing this even if they are abroad?
Well, as a matter of fact, this is a very positive, because I never saw this in voting for Germany or any other country, European even. They don't go in such huge numbers. They go, seldomly. But what I mean that this makes me proud, because it denotes that our people aware and participate and keen to participate and share for the Senate people around, because these Senate people will carry the laws of the future. Mm-hmm. That's why they have to be there and keen to put an impulse to the international society that we are here and we are working to serve our country. Around the clock.
And how do you see the role of social media and our media regarding this?
Well, as a matter of fact, there is a lot of impulses, positive, but we need more. Mm-hmm. I'm always I am very, I don't know how to express this, because it's not something, I'm saying that because I'm proud to say that we need more and more and more advancement, more impulse.
Because our country deserves.
Because we cannot be, delayed in any way, because somebody put some point critical for Egyptian. You have to do better.
And because of this, I should seize the opportunity to have a former parliamentarian and to ask you by the end of our special coverage to give some tips or pieces of advice, particularly to the younger generation of Egyptians, what to do to show more their sense of belonging to Egypt, patriotism, participating in the political life, your message to the youth. And this is going to be, I think, the best end of our coverage, Dr. Huda.
Well, thank you for your hosting, because you are a very smart person, and you know how to choose the points to to attract the attention of the audience.
Thank you, ma'am.
The thing that always the young generation likes very much to be active and participate in every way in life, sports or music or dancing, whatever. But politics is very important, because it will put lines for your future. It will grow your coming days, and it will denote that you are living in this country. Nobody will live in this country except you, and don't accept anybody to spare you or to live beside you or to replace you. That's my advice, that each Egyptian male or female should not accept any sharing in his land. The thing,
Sure.
we are not encouraging people to be selfish, but we do that because we have to raise the impulses inside his heart and his body. He is a pure Egyptian. He should perform typically like pure Egyptian do. And this was proven since the start of the history. We
made history.
Yes.
Egypt made history.
Yes, I like that very much.
Well, Dr. Huda, I enjoyed our discussion as usual. Thank you very much for your input, ma'am.
Well, thank you very much for such a meeting, and I thank you for your smart questions and dialogue. I wish everybody will feel happy and we enjoy a happy election time.
Thank you, dear.
Inshallah.
Well, by this we come to the end of this live coverage. Stay tuned on Nile TV International always for more. Many thanks for watching. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman.